The No Fate channel checking in. And on this episode of Dad's Gadget Reviews, I am reviewing the best budget electric heater on Amazon.com, and we're doing it right now. I've got my Bang energy drink, so we are ready to fire off and do this review. Listen, if this is your first time to the channel, to the series, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. On this Dad's Gadget series, I simply review a potpourri of gadgets that come across my desk. Basically stuff that I use to help you decide if it's gonna help you, if it's gonna make your lives better, more enjoyable, if it's worth your hard-earned money, and if it's really any good. On Amazon, we got fake reviews, you got fake photoshopped photos, you got companies that are changing their names just because they want to avoid the bad reviews on their products, so they're relisting it. A whole bunch of hanky-panky that is causing people to fall into the trap of seeing that Amazon, suggested product, buying it, getting it home, and it just downright stinks. So today we're doing electric heaters. So as you can see by this stash of mine coming in, this No Shave November, at the time that I'm shooting it, listen, we're getting late into November, it's getting cold out there, and you're gonna want an electric heater. So a few things about electric heaters before we just dive into this one and why I actually do like this one. People have a bad impression of electric heaters. They think they're expensive, they think they're fire hazards, and they think they don't actually think of the proper ways to use them. The new style of electric heaters is completely different from 30 or 20 years ago, so your perception of electric heaters is probably faulty if you have an old perception, and you're probably not thinking correctly on how you can actually benefit from using an electric heater. So I'm gonna go over all the bells and whistles on this thing, how I've used it, why this is the second one I purchased. As you can see, it's a brand new box, and why you might want to pick up an electric heater for your home office, for your house, for your gym, etc. So let's get into it. First and foremost, you go on Amazon, you type in electric heaters, and you are going to get a range from $15 all the way up to like $100, all different shapes and sizes. They all have different names. Some of them look exactly alike with different company names. How do you tell which one is good? Well, you basically see people that give you honest reviews. I grabbed one, and largely because of the price, I think it started at $30, and then there was a coupon, brought it down to $20, which is this one, right? I used it for my home gym. I work out super early in the morning in my basement. The basement in New England typically stays between like 55 in the wintertime when it's super cold outside and 65 in the summertime when it's super hot outside, okay? So it doesn't have it's basically underground, not a big range in temperature, but in the winter time, like now in the early mornings, it's cold. Makes it a lot harder for this old man to warm up my bones. So I got a heater, a small one for my basement gym, even though it's a big basement, just for the section that I work out in to kind of cut down on that heat and warm it up just a little bit. I liked it so much, I got a second one for up here in the office. So let's open this up, show you what it comes with. As far as the purchase price, again, I paid about $20, and that price ranges. Everything on Amazon changes in price from day to day. Quick unboxing, so free lifetime product support, free returns, happiness guaranteed. They guarantee happiness. Obviously, Amazon sellers are looking for your 5-star reviews. This comes with an extra year warranty if you register it. And that's it. That's what it comes in. It looks small, but it's got a bunch of cool benefits. So number one on the back, it's got like an on and off master switch here in the back. So if you've got kids, or if you just want to make sure that's 100% off and not drawing any extra voltage when it is just plugged in but not being used, you can use that. Also, it has anti-tipping, right? So oftentimes the perception is these electric heaters are actually fire hazards, and the reality is they're pretty well designed now. So if this feels like it's going to tip over, like I just did, it will shut itself off. Also, it has a temperature regulator on here, so if it feels itself getting too hot, it will shut itself off. Also, in the back, it's got a nice grip here, just to pick it up, and it's got a few options on the front. Hopefully you can see that. So first and foremost, it's super quiet. In a few minutes, I'm actually going to show you B-roll of me using it in the basement with the volume on, so you can see how whisper quiet this thing is. It's got a few buttons on, off, obviously. It's got low and high. So oftentimes people think of these electric heaters as energy hogs, That's not true. They've got two settings. So when I first go into my basement and turn it on, I turn it on high. That gives you maximum heat, maximum everything. Then once the temperature's warmed up just a little bit, just enough to kind of take that edge off, I put it on low, and that brings the voltage down significantly, over half. So it's using even less electricity. Another option that this thing has, which I like, it's a feature, is oscillation. Again, the idea is not necessarily to make a sauna out of your home gym or your home office, but to just spread that heat around, warm it up, and just feel more comfortable. And lastly, it has the fan button. What does the fan button do? If it's summertime and you just want a fan, you want some fresh air, you hit the fan button and it just runs the fan without the heat. One feature that you should be aware of with this thing, if you are going to be picking this one up, is that when you shut it off after you've been using it, the fan is going to run for 20 seconds no matter what. What that does is just push out the extra heat to make sure the internal components in here don't get like overheated. What's weird about this thing is I don't even know if it has a name. That's why I'm going to put like photos up here and I'm going to link it in the description. It just literally says electric heater. So I use this to heat up one section of my basement gym, the main section where I work out in for the most part. If I wanted to heat up the entire basement, I would actually get two. Some people would think just get like a bigger one of these. The reality is that would actually just make more heat in one section rather than spread that heat out throughout the basement effectively. Now, many people are going to say, well, why don't you just turn the heat on of your house on? And that's just not as efficient as people would think. I have a house, and when I work out, everyone else in the house is asleep, so the temperature's set low. If I turn that heat on, it is not only going to warm up the entire house and cost a lot of electricity and gas, it's not going to bring much heat to the basement. We all have spots in our home that just don't get heat or air conditioning, right? There's all these certain people's houses have different niches or special spots that just for some reason the air doesn't go there. And that's true with the basement. The basement, like I mentioned, stays almost the same temperature. So the house can be set at 75. The basement's still going to be maybe 68. It's just how it works in this house in New England. What are you going to do? I think electric heaters overall are great additions for your home if you have those type of spots, if you have a home gym, or if you're like me, you've got this office that doesn't get a lot of heat in the wintertime, and you can just put one of these bad boys on your desk and you are going to be warm and cozy. Also, if you happen to have a house and no one else is in it and you're all by yourself, there's no need to heat the entire house. You could just use one of these to heat up your small office and save yourself on, however your house is heated. I happen to think this is good value. I bought two with my own money for that reason, and hopefully you found this video informative. Any questions regarding this no-name brand electric heater that has been getting the job done for me for over a month, so much so that I bought a second one? Drop it in the comments below. If you're interested in this, hit the affiliate link in the description of this video. It does two things. It's going to tell you the price point for what it is today. I paid about 20 bucks just as a reference. It's also going to help out the channel. Anytime you shop on Amazon, you click on that link. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it kicks back a few pennies to me to keep these lights on and to keep the electric heater rolling. Hopefully you found this review informative. If you haven't already, give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and as usual, thanks for watching. Don't save anything for the trip back. The No Fate 24/7 channel may seem like a potpourri of review videos, but I simply cover my tricks, trips, and tribulations as I help you be great parents to your kids and still accomplish your own personal goals.